Hello YouTube, this is GHombre, known from Instagram, from Twitter. I'm attempting to make my first video for YouTube. Let's get it cracking, man. Here we go. I'll be covering the NFL Wildcard weekend. Starting tomorrow, we have wonderful 4 games that we get to watch this weekend. We have the Panthers going into, we have the Cardinals going into Carolina to face the Panthers. We have Baltimore going into Pittsburgh. We have Indianapolis. They are at home versus Cincinnati. And Detroit going into Dallas. So 4 great matchups for this weekend, like I said. And let's get it started. First matchup, 1:35 start, I believe. Let me see. Yep, 1:35 start on ESPN. We have the Arizona Cardinals going into Carolina to face the Panthers. Cardinals 11-5. They won one of the wild card spots. They'll be going to the 7-8-1 NFC South winners, the Carolina Panthers. Like I said, it looks like the Panthers are favored by 6.5 points. They are the second team since the realignment in 2002 to go in to the playoffs with a record under 500. Last team to do so, Seattle Seahawks. And if I don't know if y'all remember, but they had that great matchup against New Orleans. They went back and forth, and Beast Mode himself ran for that amazing touchdown where it looked like he ran through 20 people to get to the end zone. That was a great barn burner, great matchup, great, fantastic, entertaining game. Anyways, I have the Panthers pulling it out. I think they'll even cover the point spread. My prediction is going to be 29-17 Panthers. I feel that the Cardinals, I think they just, if they had Carson Palmer, it'll be a different story. But now they're on their third quarterback, I believe. And don't get me wrong, he did well against my 49ers. He threw for over 300 yards, but he did have 3 interceptions. And I think that's what's going to break or make or break that game is the turnover ratio. I believe that the Panthers are going to create more turnovers than they'll actually have themselves. And that's going to be the nail in the coffin for the Cardinals. They have a solid running game. Ellington is nice, um, but I don't think they'll be able to pull it off. I think Cam Newton's gonna pull some magic out of his hat, gonna impress that little kid that said he's gonna try to take his job in that commercial. Anyways, I have, like I said, the Panthers winning it 29-17 at home, covering the spread. Second matchup, let's go to Baltimore at Pittsburgh. An intriguing matchup for any NFL fan. I mean, you have let's just go back. I mean, the story with Ray Rice and what went down. Awful story, but Baltimore rebounds in the end. They don't need him. They advance and they go on to a very respectable 10-6 record. Um, they go into Pittsburgh, where it has been a house of horrors for them as well, especially this year. This is the third matchup of the season. First matchup in Baltimore. Baltimore whooped some ass. They won by 20 points. Now you go to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh whooped their ass by 20 points. Very evenly matchup, if you ask me. Pittsburgh is 11-5. They won the division. They're riding a 4-game win streak. Oh, as Carolina is. Carolina is also running a 4-game win streak. And let's see. The matchup has Pittsburgh winning by 3. The point spread is 3. I actually have it at a wash. I think Pittsburgh will win. They'll win by 3. 27-24. If history if history shows us, the last 7 matches between these two teams in the playoffs have come down to 3 points. So pretty much I'm with that. 27-24 Pittsburgh. They advanced into the next round. Sunday's matchups. You have Cincinnati going into Indianapolis. On paper, it looks like a great matchup. You have the two QBs of the future. I mean, they're of the present now, but these guys have many great years ahead of them. Andy Dalton, Andrew Luck. Dalton, the redhead. He has a cannon. He has great receivers to throw to. Indianapolis. I mean, Andrew Luck can make any receiver look awesome. He has that capability. All right. Let's look at the matchup. On the road, Cincinnati, I believe, was 5-3. They had that one tie. That was with the Panthers. And Indianapolis at home, they are 6-2. 6-2 is a very respectable home record. Looks like Indianapolis is favored by 3.5 points. Interesting storyline. Marvin Lewis, goose egg, honey, goose egg. 0-5 in the playoffs. Sorry to say, Marvin Lewis, I don't think you'll get your first playoff victory this year. I have Indianapolis winning in a landslide. There's always one game where it's just huge. I'm not going to say what I want to say, but it's going to be a very decisive victory for Indianapolis. May not be as decisive as I have it. I have it 41-10. I think from Jump Street, Indianapolis is going to take over. I think Vontae Davis on defense is going to be a big producer. Going to maybe intercept one, maybe do a pick six. Who knows? But I feel Indy's defense and their offense is going to trounce Cincinnati. Marvin Lewis 0-6. In your final matchup of the weekend, you have Detroit versus Dallas. Oh man, in the last 20 some odd years, these teams have not fared too well in the playoffs. Dallas won, I believe, in 2010 or 2009. They beat the Eagles. And the last time that Detroit won was against these Dallas Cowboys back in 1991. So will history repeat itself? Will Detroit beat Dallas? I say yes. Dallas at home, 4-4. Not a very good home record if you ask me. Detroit though on the road, not a very good road record, 4-4. And their matchups versus teams with the winning record, not that great. Dallas is riding a 4-game win streak. In fact, three of the four teams in going into this weekend are riding high with a 4-game win streak. All undefeated in December, which is a telling stat for any team in the playoffs. But I'm going against that in this matchup because Dallas has a great run game, top run game in all of football. I mean, DeMarco Murray's a freaking beast. I mean, he does his thing. Offensive line blocked very well for them. But I will say that in a matchup, good pitching beats good hitting, good run defense beats good run game. And I mean, Detroit has the best run defense in all of football. The stats, they prove it. They're ranked number one. Their passing defense, on the other hand, it's a mediocre. It's 13th, middle of the pack. Dallas has a great combination with Romo and Des Bryant. Witten still gets the job done at his age. Dallas is 12-4, like I said, and they won their last 4 games. Detroit is 11-5. The last game they lost, but I will say Detroit wins with their defense. Their plus takeaway ratio is a little bit better than Dallas's. Dallas at home isn't that great. They played my Niners at home, and the Niners' defense was too much. And Detroit's defense was just ranked a little bit higher than the Niners this season. So I will give the defense their due when Detroit wins this one, 31-27. So there you have it, folks. Here's my prediction. Panthers over the Cardinals, 29-17. Pittsburgh by 3, 27-24 over Baltimore. Detroit upsetting Dallas, 31-27. And Indianapolis in a landslide over Cincinnati, 41-10. Anyways, this is GHombre signing off, saying keep it G.